Hey, church family, thank you for taking just a second to come and check out and see what's going on in the life and the heart of our congregation over the next week. When it comes to details and major changes, really there's nothing like that on this week's update. And so what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about this Wednesday night. I want to talk a little bit about Sunday and then finish off our update with an announcement about Our Lady's Gathering that's going on this Thursday. And so this Wednesday night, we are meeting at 6:15 as normal. We will have stuff for kiddos, birth through sixth grade, down in the fellowship hall. Team Kid will be meeting. Our students, 7th through 12th grade, will be meeting up in the student wing, and then everyone else, the adults, will be meeting up in the sanctuary. And so none of that is different necessarily, but there is a little bit of a change when it comes to the adults. This week we're going to be hosting business meeting, and I know that when people hear that, they go, okay, I'm not going to be a part of that. That sounds boring, and I definitely understand that mentality, but we do want to encourage you to be a part of that, because what we're going to be voting on is actually a substantial item within the life and the history of our congregation. As you may or may not know, over the last several years, our leadership has been in the process of adding an additional layer of leadership to our church body. We've operated as a church, under a deacon model for a very, very long time, since the beginning of our church fellowship over 100 years ago. But as the church has grown, become more complex, and the needs are just different, we desired and decided to become more biblical, and so we are going to be introducing an additional layer of leadership called elders. And of course, if you've been a part of Core Hill for a while, this is nothing new to you. Our elders have actually been functioning in that capacity for a while now. This is just the official vote to make that change in our church constitution to reflect that. And so that's just a big ticket item that we would love for our church family to be there for, and to affirm, and to be a part of that process as a congregational led church. But also the nominating team is going to be bringing their recommendations for teachers, ministry leaders, things like that for the next year. But if none of those things strike you, which I hope that they do, but if none of those things strike you, then you can, I would encourage you to be there, because Pastor Ray is planning to introduce to the congregation the plans to finish off the kids zone. And so if you've not been to Coral Hill, and if you've not been here for very long, or if you've really not even toured the facility, you might not be aware that underneath the sanctuary is an entire open basement that has yet to be finished. And that area is being solely committed to our kids ministry. And we're at a point now where our construction team, as well as our finance team and our leadership, is going to be hoping to bring recommendation to the congregation about pursuing a bid to begin construction as soon as possible. And so Pastor Ray is going to be introducing some of that information on Wednesday night. You won't want to miss that, because the following Wednesday, the 25th, the plan is that we'll be able to vote on that as a congregation. Things can change, and you guys kind of know how that works during these days, but that's the plan. So that's Wednesday. Sunday, we're continuing as normal. We're still in an 8, 9:30, and 11 o'clock model. We do ask that if you attend the 8 o'clock service, that you wear a mask. Over the duration of the pandemic, our procedure has been, when numbers spike, when things get more serious in the community, we do make a mask required service at 8, and 9:30 and 11 are optional. And we're continuing to watch that very carefully, because it's not, for us, it's not about it's not about the mandates or the requirements or anything like that. For us, it's about what's in the best interest for the health of our congregation. How can we still continue to minister to them, but also keep them safe? And we take that very, very seriously. And so if you're an individual that wakes up Sunday or Wednesday and says, I just don't feel good, we encourage you to stay home and watch us online, right? But if you're also an individual that says, I'm just not ready, or I don't feel comfortable being around people right now, we totally understand that. We fully get that. We support that. And so we would encourage you to watch us online as well. But if you find yourself in that camp and say, but I'd really like to be a part of a small group, because small groups are very important to the life, of the body. It's very important to my personal walk to be encouraged by other believers. Then during this season where numbers are going up, we are actually offering a Hebrews Zoom small group on Sundays. Our pastor, as well as some of our elders, are going to be leading that. And so if you want to jump in and be a part of that, then we would encourage you to do that. Our pastor started that this past week. He had like I think like 7 people that were a part of that, which is great. We love to minister to people no matter how many people that it is. But if you want to be a part of that, you can go to corehillbaptist.com/Zoom. Or you can get to it through corehillbaptist.com/small groups. Either one works. The /Zoom link takes you directly to Zoom on Sundays. And so they'll be meeting Sundays at 5 on Zoom. If you want to be a part of that, great. If you have any questions, you can contact the church office and they'll get you more information. But the last thing that I have is targeted towards the ladies of our congregation. If you have nothing to do on Thursday, we'd encourage you to be a part of the monthly ladies gathering that's taking place here in the sanctuary. It starts at 6. It'll be just a great time of worship, encouragement, fellowship. They're going to have an ice cream social. Brittany Perkins, who has helped lead worship here before, but in other capacities, she'll be coming and she'll be leading worship during that time. And it's just going to be a great opportunity for the ladies of our congregation to gather together and just be encouraged. And so, sorry that was a little bit longer. There's always so much going on here, and I'm always missing things. And so if you think of something and you're like, wait a minute, he didn't mention that, just forward it on to me, and I'll mention it in next week's update. But other than that, we're praying for you all. Hope that you guys have a great week in the Lord. We'll see you guys soon. God bless. And may God just continue to give you wisdom. May he continue to guide you as you continue to pursue after him.